Annyeong 친구s, I'm Ines and I'm back with a new video, and this is the very first time I'm doing a video like this because on March 8th I went to my very first K-pop concert. As some of you may know, I know K-pop since 2008, but I've never been able to go to a K-pop concert. But in 2018 I decided to go after what my heart wants, and I wanted to at least visit one K-pop concert in my whole life. It would be the best if it was one of my bias groups or one of my favorite groups, but I went to a concert of my ultimates. I went to the Halo concert in Cologne. I wrote my feels on these sheets of papers, and it's chaotic, so I'm trying to sort out my thoughts a bit. Wow, Halo. I'm a big fan of Halo, so I was really happy that my friend Kata managed to get us gold VIP tickets. Gold VIP tickets were the tickets where you can enter the venue after platinum and get a high touch and a photo. So, gold, yeah. Well, I flew to Cologne. I can't even think properly. I flew to Cologne on March 7th after work, and we stayed in a hotel there. And on the morning of the 8th we got ready to go to the numbering. Well, we went to the numbering, got our numbers, we were 8 and 9. And then we thought, okay, we would go back to the hotel because no one said anything else about what to do, where to stay, so we went back. So in the afternoon we went back to the venue, and Jesus, it was pissing cats and dogs. It was raining so much. And when we got there, the platinum people were already lining up because they were allowed to go in at 5 because they had sound check 2 songs, and we were allowed to go after platinum. So because the golden people weren't lined up yet, we just stayed under a roof because it was raining so much. And so when we got there, we got our wristbands. I don't have mine on anymore because it's in my journal. So we got the golden wristbands, and we were standing like waiting for the gold people to line up. When they lined up, we went into our place 8 and 9, and then we waited. And then some people without numbers decided to just go in front of us and ruin the whole lineup. So the numbering was not important anymore. Everyone was doing what they wanted, but we were normal enough to stay in the line. So yeah, that was before the concert. So I'm not sure if all K-pop concerts are chaotic like that with lineup and numbering and whatsoever. So yeah, when we got inside, this whole bulky man, this security man said we have to put our bags away, and in our bag was in my bag was the present for Un. So I said, so we brought our jackets and the tote bag away. And then I came back with the present bag, and Kata had her bags, and he said again, put the bags away. And then Kata and I snapped at him and said, these are the presents, they're supposed to be up there. So we went to the girl to check our number and the tickets, and then we went upstairs. So upstairs is the venue stage thingy. So we went upstairs, and there was the merchandise table, and next to the merchandise table was a table said, drop your presents for Halo here. So we dropped our presents. And then we got our merch. So actually Kata and I wanted the hoodie and the light stick. They were sold out. The hoodie and the light sticks were sold out. So we got the t-shirt, a beanie, and just to have something glowing, I got myself a keychain light bulb thing with Halo's H on there. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, that was my lighting device throughout, my cheer stick, my cheer light bulb throughout the concert, which I forgot to use because I put it in my pocket and I forgot about it. Seriously, I said to Kata, so when the songs come on I'll be like that. No, I wasn't. It was in my pocket. Anyway, so we got our match, we went to the stage, and we were like 5th to 8th row, something in between. We didn't know how close we were to the stage because there were people in front of us. Only after the concert, before the meeting, we realized how close we actually were. So we were like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th row, I am not sure anymore. And then we waited. They were playing some Halo music, I was dancing and singing, and we made some new friends. Shout out to Lena and Rebecca, they were so cute. We made some new friends, and then people started screaming out of nowhere, and I have no idea what happened. Then the translator came on stage and he greeted us and told us some rules and blah 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 blah. Then the light went off and the VCR was playing, and everyone was freaking out at that point. I was like, oh my god, what is going on? Why is everyone screaming? Why am I shivering like that? I was shivering. And and then the VCR played, and it showed like such a cute timeline from 2014 to 2018 with Halo's dances and whatever. And then the pictures came with the names of the members, and was screaming their lungs out. Then everyone went dark again, and I didn't realize at first. I looked at the stage and was like, there are shadows, they're probably the technicians or something. They weren't the technicians, it was Halo, and I was too dumb to realize. So when I realized it was Halo, I clung onto Kata's arm, they're here, and I was embarrassing. Anyways, so they started with Kobina, and wow, I never thought Kobina was one of my favorite songs until I saw them dancing and singing it live. They are so beautiful. Oh my god, let me tell you, Halo in real life, they are so... Oh, I'm getting the chills. They are so beautiful, seriously. I could see how... They were real live in front of me, and when they started singing Komina, I was like, what is going on? Why is my heart jumping like that? And I started singing with them, and I don't even know how I managed to film that. Like, my camera shaked at the beginning, but then I held my phone and was like, what is going on? Why am I so... What is going on? I can't even describe to this day what even was going on in my head in that second. So I temporarily turned into our own fan site during Komina, and that was interesting. My eyes automatically went to Owen, who's my bias by the way, and they stayed with him. He was walking from one side to the stage to the other, and I was looking at him. The next song was Yogi Yogi. Yogi was wild. I was wild, and I was doing the fan chants and doing my best and cheering on them without my light bulb, because as I said, I put it in my pocket and never took it out again. And when On's rap came on, I thought I my hands shaked and so the camera shaked. So I have me wilding at Younghoon's rap from Yogi. Yeah. And I didn't realize Oon was on the left side of the stage, so I held my banner up. But he wasn't there anymore, and in that moment the first interaction with Halo happened. Yeondong stared me straight in the face and he snickered at me. He snickered at me because I was dying there in the pit with my banner, and I was like, oh my god, he just legit judged me. The rest of the setlist is like, I have no idea what even happened, but when Come On Now came out, I made eye contact with Oon, my second interaction. I was holding my banner in one hand and dancing to the choreography with the other hand, and he saw and he smiled at me, and when Surprise came on they boosted the bass. Like, Surprise is such a cute song, and then all of a sudden I was feeling the bass in my feet. The whole room was shaking because the bass was boom, 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 boom. It was so freaking cool. The bass was, Heechun, he wasn't feeling well. He was actually sick, but he did so well for being sick. So hands down for Heechun, he seriously did amazing. After Surprise, While You Were Sleeping happened, and I looked around. When I heard the first few tones, I turned around to Lena, and Lena was like, ah, because Lena and my favorite song is While You Were Sleeping, so we were legit freaking out at that part. And While You Were Sleeping, I also did an INHAENG fan cam because, bro, his arms are dangerous. Like, they gave him the sleeveless shirt for a reason, because they knew he was going to use his guns, and they are dangerous. Jaeyoung was wearing this silky shirt and he was sweating like a mother trucker, and and oh my god. Boy can move. I tried my best with the While You Were Sleeping fan chants and the Fever fan chants, but Fever was another highlight for me. hands down the best song ever, best debut song ever. So yeah, let's move on to the Q&A. The Q&A was very interesting. So the thing I remember, I don't even know if it was Jaeyoung, but in my head it was Jaeyoung who said he wanted to multiply himself so he could take us all on a date. And Yeondong wants to be our tier because he don't want us to cry or something. I can't even remember. And if On could take something to a lonely island, it would be Bratwürste. We now know On is a fan of sausages. Yeondong did his Michael Phelps impression, the one he did on K-Con Immigration, and I cut his arm. He did it in real life. We saw that live, and On tried it as well but got hurt. So, and if INHAENG could be a Pokemon, he wants to be a Charmander because the fire is so cool and it's cute. And Hee-chan smiled when we all said we love Digimon, and I said Hee-chan, Digimon 좋아해요, like a fool. So yeah, that was the highlights from the Q&A. Then after the concert, we got 15 minutes time to get ourselves calm down again, and general and silver tickets had to leave the venue, and so it was only gold and platinum, and they parted us, platinum on the left side of the stage and gold on the right side, and they made like groups of 10 people rows of 10 people, and we were in the third row. Yeah, that's when shit happened. I was very excited yet nervous to meet them. When they came out, I was waving, but someone said, so I think one of the security men told us not to wave at them, and Jaeyoung was waving, but no one was waving back because we were forbidden, so he was a bit confused, why aren't our girls waving back, and so on. And then the first two rows, it happened so quick, the first two rows got their high touch and their photo, and it felt like a minute. I was afraid, wow, this is so fast, I can't even prepare. So when it was our turn, I was like the fourth or fifth person in our row, and I bounced to the boys, and Yeondong looked at me and smiled, and I wanted to say thank you, but when I stood in front of him, laid my hand on his, he said thank you in English, and I said Annyeong-haseyo. Why did I do that? I can't remember why. And the moment I thought about why did I say that, I was already in front of Jaeyoung, and Jaeyoung gave me the biggest smile, and his hand was so warm, and I started stuttering because holy snapdragon, he looks so soft, and I started 사랑해요, like, and he smiled, he said thank you, and I was like, oh my god. Then Hee-chan came, and Hee-chan is like the softest person, he has the smallest head and the cutest hands, so I gave him my high touch, and he smiled, said thank you, and I said 사랑해요 Hee-chan, and then came INHAENG, and I don't know what happened, but I high touched INHAENG, he said thank you, I said I love you in Korean, and I moved on. Looking back at INHAENG for a second before turning to Dino, high touching him, saying I love you, he said thank you, and I was still, in my mind, I was still thinking about INHAENG for some reason. When I was in front of On and my mind went blank, I high touched him, I touched his hand, and he stroked my hand. I don't know if I imagined it, but no, my hand was, it was weird. I felt, it was not me smearing my dirt over On's hand, he stroked my hand, and I grabbed him a little, but then I said I love you so much in Korean, and he said thank you so much, and I said you're so handsome, and then I can't remember what else I said something else to him, but I can't remember. So when the high touch was done, I was standing next to On for the picture, and now comes the part where I embarrassed myself in front of Halo and the fans and the staff. So I was next to On because it was Yeondong, Jaeyoung, Hee-chan, INHAENG, Dino, On, and I was next to On, and I wanted to stay there for the photo, but a girl came and she pushed me. And I tripped over my own feet. And I saw INHAENG's arm out of the corner of my eyes trying to catch me, but I heard the security man say no. So I tried to not fall down that horrible. So I landed on my knee, and my left knee is a bit hurt, so I can't really, we always call it my broken knee. So I fell on that knee, and I swear to God, the fans looked at me from in front. I felt Halo stares at me from my back, and I couldn't even think straight. And then they all said, "We count to 3 and take the picture." And I can't remember what I did. I can't even remember if I smiled. I just went in for like that, and then they took 2 pictures, and we stood up, and I turned around, and Dino was right in front of me. Dino was like right in front of me, and he smiled at me. He gave me the warmest eye smile, and he said, "Thank you so much for coming in." I thanked him for the concert in Korean. I did my best. I don't even know how I managed to mumble my Korean in Chondamal. I did my best to thank him in Korean, and then he thanked me again, and I thought, I'm imagining it. I'm not talking to Dino right now. So they said we should leave, so we left, and then I said, "Katja, did I talk to Dino?" And she was like, "Oh my god, yes." She couldn't even concentrate on On, who was apparently talking to her, because she was looking at me and Dino casually exchanging words. So I tripped in front of Halo, I spoke to Dino, and it was the best day of my life. Seriously, Halo is such a good band, and all in all, this concert was the most amazing event I ever happened to attend. And if you're a fan of Halo, try to see them live, because they are so talented. They are so beautiful. They are so, I can't even describe it. My hand still feels weird. After the high touch, it didn't feel like my hand at all. I was like, what is wrong with this hand? Why is it so weird? Why is it so tingly? It's so weird, because it still feels like that. So I hope you enjoyed my embarrassing story of falling in front of Halo, and we see us next time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more K-pop related stuff, more concert experience if I ever go to another K-pop concert. And we see us next time. Bye!